Hi, I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. This is the place where we pull back the curtains and we dive into the creative process. And talk about creative process, we're talking about real estate and staging, and I'm here with Robert Mangum.
Hello.
From Sotheby's and Coldwell Banker.
Yes.
And you're part of Esther Muller's team here in New York. And welcome.
Thank you.
You don't look like a Texan.
I left Texas a while ago. I was born in Texas, but have lived in Chicago, Memphis, Madrid, Spain. I moved to Spain when I was 16.
Wow.
So I finished high school there, and
in a Spanish school or?
Well, at the American School of Madrid, yeah.
Wow, how
which was a
exciting.
wonderful experience.
Wow.
Because it's a very small, tight-knit community where the professors kind of like poke you, and they want you to learn, and they want you to think, and they want you to, think outside of the box and start using this beautiful thing that we have, that's creativity and passion.
Well, from what I've heard, you have a lot of creativity and a lot of passion. Are you a designer as well as in real estate?
But I always think that
you have the aesthetic, the eye.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the aesthetic is very important. How we present ourselves to the world is a reflection of who we are and who we want to.
I agree with you so much.
Yeah.
It's our inside coming out, and how we present ourselves in our physical sense and our surroundings.
Yeah. And we can gift the world, a positive image. Or a lot of times I see people that, you see them and it seems that they're very aggressive or very dark or, we can be anything we want to be in my real estate, in, everything I do.
What got you into the real estate industry?
I think, I moved a lot in my life. And a lot of times my parents weekends were going to open houses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
So for fun, or for real?
For fun, yeah.
I love going to open houses.
Yeah. So I started to see early on, and I would see how we would prepare the houses to sell, my parents. And I saw my dad, who's an executive, he would paint the house himself.
Wow.
And just all the things that he would go through to make the house look as good as possible. So to a certain degree, I think they were grooming me to be a real estate agent my entire life.
I remember my husband, Paul, who passed away last year, he would tell me his dad was a developer. Oh, thank you. Yeah. But he's here. I have goosebumps. Yeah. So, but his dad spent all this money. He has a big, the Commander, which is a big, residential in Salt Lake, and his dad spent all this money on an ad, and he was like a little kid, and he was like, no, it's not going to be successful. And he said, Dad, you forgot to water the driveway and the sidewalks. How would a little kid know that? So you must have been like that.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I was mentioning before when I opened up the brokerage in Madrid, it's about having vision. I remember when I was designing the brokerage for the Coldwell Banker office in Madrid. Yeah, I reached out to the design company to see the exact height of the desk to put the outlets right underneath the desk so that when you walked in,
it's seamless.
Yeah,
beautiful.
You never see a cord.
I heard about you that you are so into the detail. I mean, this is a little secret that you have been known to do plumbing to help your clients, and you've even gotten on your hands and knees. And that you recently did it sell? You had that beautiful new listing in New York, and you transformed it.
Yeah, I mean,
by cleaning it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I got on. There wasn't a mop, and there was a part where the floors. I don't know what was wrong, but there was like a layer of dirt on them. And it's this beautiful apartment that doesn't look so beautiful.
Right. You have to unveil the beauty.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in there somewhere.
Exactly. So I was on my knees cleaning the floors with like a sponge and a cloth.
That's how I was last month at my parents'. Their house is like, I'm like, you haven't cleaned these shelves in 30 years.
But I changed a storm door, and the owner, when he saw the storm door, he's like, "But who changed the door?" I'm like, "Me." And he's like, "Wait, what do you mean? But you actually did the work?" I'm like, "Yeah, I went in there and got it done."
Wow. That is going above and beyond, but that's what you and your team do.
Yeah, yeah. I remember reading a review from a client of mine, one of the wealthiest clients I've ever had, American couple that went to Madrid, and I helped them with a very high-end rental. And I even helped them purchase a car and had the car delivered to the garage so that when they got home from the airport, they had the car in the garage. Everything was just perfect. I bought them
going
food.
Above and beyond. How beautiful.
Yeah. I bought them food. I filled the fridge. I got them like fruit and a fruit basket. And
Lovely.
I asked them, if the children have any allergies and what type of things they need.
So you're giving them an experience.
Yes. And I mean, in the end, it's all about experience. It's all about creating an emotion.
Yes.
Anyway, I asked him for a review, and when I read his review, I actually cried. I mean, it's super long, and he says that, he had never encountered somebody that just went to such lengths.
I always wondered when I walk by, you see listings in other countries or in other places, but they're being listed in New York.
Yeah.
Tell about the international real estate market and how you got involved in it, and you opened up Coldwell Banker in Madrid.
Yes.
So tell about that experience.
Yeah. I have the oldest...
Hopefully one day I'll be buying a place in Europe.
Yeah.
I love the European lifestyle.
Great place to be.
Yes.
Great place to be. I have the oldest Coldwell Banker franchise in all of Europe.
Wow.
And it goes with, in the end, I'm a Texan who has a Spanish mother, who has been able to travel throughout Europe and in the United States and even some of Africa. And it's just, I know the different cultures.
Do you have to educate, let's say you have an American buyer wanting to buy in Spain or France, or all the nuances of the laws and culture of living and expectations, because I lived in France for a year, and we would laugh because it's like, lunchtime, things close down, or if you go to the post office or a public place and it's lunch or it's over, you have to play the game.
I mean, in the end, what Esther and I try to do is create a very individual experience. So, I don't mind taking my time with people and sitting down and having lunch and having a coffee and just answering any questions that they might have, and holding people's hands.
Well, it's the biggest investment.
When I came to New York in October of 2020, all of a sudden I'm in Central Park.
You came to New York in 2020?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a place to restart.
Yeah, I didn't have any friends here, no family. And it wasn't like I came here to spend a week or two. And the first day I went to Central Park, I was meditating there, right off of Central Park South. And I remember looking, it was a beautiful autumn afternoon, and the sun had gone down. The buildings were starting to light up.
I know, it gets
and I was sitting there
hour.
meditating, connecting to God, a higher power. And I was just like, I think this is where I'm supposed to be.
Interesting.
I want to sell these places.
Wow.
And you know, I was able to meet Esther serendipitously. A common friend introduced us. Mm-hmm. And the first time I spoke to her on the phone, we spoke for like an hour.
Well,
it was so effortless.
Yes.
And I got goosebumps, and I got very emotional. Mm-hmm. And
Esther and I always say, goosebumps never lie.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're in the right allurement or the right direction.
our body tells us.
Yes,
things.
it does. Or when you're not.
Right. Being able to sell places and a company and create an experience for people in one of the largest investments that people do in their lifetimes.
Do you think the American buyer is looking for things that are different than a European buyer?
You know, in the end, I think everybody just wants a place to call home.
That speaks to them.
Yeah. They say that the first 30 seconds of a showing are when a person makes the decision. So it's
Really? 30 seconds?
30 seconds. Usually get to a listing quite before a buyer comes. Put on music,
Yes.
lighting, coffee.
Flowers.
Yeah. Plants.
Yes.
I dress, I try to dress well, smell well.
Yes.
So that, it goes seamlessly. And create an environment and an experience that is what they want.
When you have a buyer, I mean, it's different having a buyer and representing the seller. For me, like some of my best friends are people. For me, when I was doing real estate, I was in college and I was, or just out of college, and I thought, oh, this is the perfect job. I love architecture. I love people.
Yeah.
And I did much better in sales because I like developing the relationship. And all of the people that I've sold their homes or bought homes with them have become some of my best friends.
Yeah.
And it was really, and I was willing to look as long as they needed to and listen to what they're really, because in the beginning they didn't really know what they wanted.
Well, I mean, buying a house isn't buying a loaf of bread.
No.
So, I think patience is fundamental.
But are you listening between the lines of what they're saying they want and what they don't want?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, intuition and the body tells us. But I think there's a lot of psychology in real estate. You have to,
yes.
know who you're with, get to know them, and then I don't know. It's not even like a thought process. It's almost like you just know what they want. And to be able to marry, per se,
right,
what they're looking for and what there is to create,
and what they can and can't, what the budget is, I guess.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to buy a property not in the United States, what would their process be? You would have a listing there, and
normally
or do they usually know where they want to be? And I want to be in Paris, and I want to be in this arrondissement, and
Normally people know, relatively geographically where they want to be.
We were talking about lifestyle and how they live. You think that the Spaniards live to, they live to live.
Yeah.
And
in
to
the
love
end,
and to eat.
I think they've mastered the art of life.
What is the secret?
Well,
this is Secrets of the Stage.
Yeah. That if you take care of the body and the soul, then everything is okay.
Yes, that's true.
Then everything works out.
Yes, and the food is so delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Where can people find you?
Instagram, Facebook. Esther and I have a website, esthermullerteam.com.
Okay, esthermullerteam.com. We'll put it on the lower thirds.
Also, my IG or Instagram is Robert_Mangum.
Mangum?
Yes. Man chewing gum.
A man chewing gum. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
And
they can find you in Spain. They can find you here, internationally.
Yeah.
You can help them with all of their needs.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we're wrapping up. We have about 3.5 minutes left. Is there anything else that you'd like people to know about the international real estate market? Are you going to be at Esther's classes?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I will be there. I will be there too.
I heard you're going to be singing.
I'm going to sing a song. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it's the realestateacademy.com.
Yeah.
And so that's in June. And so 3
Yeah.
days of continuing education with like who's who in New York real estate.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
really,
it's going to be a bomb.
really global real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
See, it seems to me that experience, other than, I know people have to do their hours, but it's going to be a renewing experience and a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah.
And connection.
Exactly.
Connecting,
Yeah.
sharing ideas.
Yeah.
Robert, this has been such a pleasure having
Thank
you
you so
on the
much.
show. And
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
have you, will you stay for a segment with Esther?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Until next time, I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage.